Okay. We're located, today's date is 10/30/2010, and we are at the Children's Coalition Incorporated at 907 North Dixie Highway in West Palm Beach. Zip code is 33401. The name of the person being interviewed is Maxwell Nelson. And Max, what is your birth date?
November 3rd, 1945.
And what is your current address?
1805 Shadow Creek Road, Green Acres, Florida, 33413.
Okay, and the people who are attending the interview is my Cartwright. Okay, and I am the CEO and founder of the Children's Coalition Incorporated. All right. What war and branch of service did you serve in?
I served in the Vietnam War in the Army.
Okay. What was your rank and where did you serve?
I served, my rank was Sergeant E5. And are you referring to in Vietnam or my total year service?
Well, just tell me.
Well, I did basic training in Fort Bragg.
Okay, we're going to get to that.
Okay,
so okay, I got you. All right, so you served where in Vietnam?
I served in 3rd Corps. That's the area around Saigon.
Okay. All right. Were you drafted or did you enlist?
Both. I was drafted, and after 6 days, I enlisted.
Okay. Where were you living at the time?
In Dover, Delaware.
Okay. So the next question is, why did you join? But you said you were drafted.
I signed up for the draft.
Oh, okay. All right.
I signed up for it.
Why did you pick the service branch you joined?
Because it was the easiest one to get into with my status.
Okay. Do you recall your first days in the service?
Yes, I did.
You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yes. Actually, before I even started, when they went through the administration period, they shave your head, and you had to be getting up 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was not used to that because I came from a hot climate, and I ended up with pneumonia.
Oh boy. Okay. So what did it feel like?
It was very weird, very, very weird, and away from your family members and no contact with any family members.
Okay. Excuse me. Tell me about your boot camp training experience. Do you remember your instructors? How did you get through it?
Yes, I don't remember their names, but I remember them, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed it, the fact of the physical portion of it, but the mental portion of it was pretty rough. But I endured it, and I realized at the end why it was being done, and I appreciated it.
Okay. Which wars did you serve in?
The Vietnam War.
Where exactly did you go?
Well, the 3rd Corps area, I can give you the names. I got stationed in Phuoc Vinh. I landed in Cam Ranh Bay, then got sent to Phuoc Vinh. And from Vinh we got sent to Tay Ninh, and then from Tay Ninh we ended up in Bien Hoa.
Do you remember arriving and what was it like?
Yes, I arrived in Cam Ranh Bay by the sea, and it was.
Where is that located?
Cam Ranh Bay?
Yeah.
It's located on the eastern sea, China Sea.
Oh.
Of Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
It's right by the beach, and first thing I noticed was the burning. They call it burning the waste, human waste.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they got rid of it. They burned it.
Gotcha.
So it was all, that smell was all over the place.
It's very unpleasant.
Yeah.
What was your job assignment?
I was a forward observer, which mean I was in the artillery, but I got assigned to the infantry because I was the liaison between the artillery and the infantry. So anytime we made contact with the enemy, I was the one that called in the artillery to protect us from the enemy.
Did you see combat?
Yes, I did.
You want to talk about it? Or?
Yes, I know my first experience was the first time I had to call in artillery because was like an ambush, and we, I found that guys found guys. Next thing you know, just all of a sudden, next thing you know, you see guys, laying down on the floor, being shot, and so that was my first real. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. That was my second. Well, that's the first time I had a chance to call in artillery fire because we didn't know how many people were out there, how many enemies was out there. So that was my first chance to call in artillery fire, and we had to bring it almost on top of us. So we had to make everybody get down, because the rounds was going to be dispersed pretty close. The rounds, the artillery rounds. So everybody had to get down so that the shrapnel could, go overhead. So I even got hit from it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Got hit in the leg, huh?
Yeah.
Were there many casualties in your unit?
In that day we suffered. We had about three deaths in that, and the rest we had about 7 to 8 wounded in that skirmish. But the combat, the most scariest one was the day before we went into Cambodia. We normally when you set up in the jungles, you set up for 1 week. LZ, they call it LZ, landing zone. But our LZ was so big and had so many artillery weapon. We was there for almost 30 days, which is unheard of. But because it was that big, they never came at us. But Nixon ordered the troops into Cambodia in 1970, May 1st to June 30th. He ordered he got the okay to go into Cambodia because the enemy had all the weapons stashed across the river over there. So intelligence told them that that's where it was. So he got the permission. So I was there for that assault. But the day before, the last day of April, we got hit from that on that LZ. But we were lucky because we were just about to, 2 helicopters, 2 Cobra was just about to expel their rounds. I was the one that was going to coordinate them where to, they do it every night, expel their rounds.
Right.
And it just happened that there's a thing called Mad Minute that they do every night. And we was just doing the Mad Minute because I am in artillery. I don't do the Mad Minute.
Right.
Because so the helicopter was just above when it happened. They didn't know. I didn't know what time it was going to be. It was 8 o'clock that night.
Right.
And what happened? One of them, they shot back at us. We do Mad Minute every night. Never got shot back at. And since that happened, the old LZ knew that they were out there, but we didn't know which direction it was in.
Right.
But the helicopter, thank God, the helicopter saw where the round came from, where the flash came from. So he went after the enemy. So everybody, they bring all the guns toward that area, and we was shooting in that area until about 4 or 5 o'clock that morning. They had to resupply because we ran out of ammunition. So that morning, as sun up, as we went out, they sent a patrol to see what it was.
Yep.
And we found five rockets set up to launch into the LZ that they never got a chance to because they panicked.
Right.
If they didn't shoot back, they would have had us.
Okay.
But the helicopter happened to be above when it happened. And so that was the only reason why we survived. Because those 5 rocket launching pad, that alone would have wiped us out.
Right.
So that was, I just said, wasn't meant to be, just wasn't meant to be for me. But that was I think that was the closest it would come to getting wiped out.
Gotcha.
You know?
Okay. Well, I guess was that the most memorable experience?
Yes, as far as the whole unit, as far as but personal,
What else you got?
scary. Well, when we first got into Cambodia, they had booby traps. The enemy had all the weapon cache, booby trap. They had a string. You pull that string and the whole thing goes. And we were they were in a square. They have them buried in a square hole, but it's square.
Right.
And I was in there with another 3 of us was in there. It's a PFC and we were told not to pull the strings, the booby trap. And here I'm standing in the hole, and the PFC, there's a string. I didn't see it. He saw it, and he go pull the string. I thought that was the end of it.
Right.
But it didn't go off.
Okay. It was a dud?
It was a dud.
Okay. Good. Glad of that. Now, were you a prisoner of war?
No.
Okay. Okay. Were you awarded any medals or citations?
Yes, a whole lot. But the highest one I got was the Bronze Star with the V for Valor.
What other ones can you remember offhand?
I have them here.
And you listed them there?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. How did you get them?
I got them through the one where I called in the artillery strike that I called in. That was the one that, and the one where I guess I had the helicopter. I was the one that was going. They came to me.
Right.
They were the one that found where the enemy, where it was shooting from, where the flash came from.
Okay.
But I was the one that was going to coordinate with them.
Great. Okay. Okay. Let me see. This says, higher ranks may be asked about battle planning. Those who sustain injuries may be asked. Oh, okay. Those who sustain injuries may be asked about the circumstances.
No.
Got hit in your leg.
Yeah, but it didn't penetrate.
Okay. Well, what happened?
It just the hot piece of metal just hit my pants and fell, but it didn't penetrate. It didn't cause any damage. But I got hit from one of the straps.
Right. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna move into the fourth and final segment. Let's see. So I'm going to ask you questions about life in the service and or at the front or under fire. Okay? Excuse me. How did you stay in touch with your family?
My mother only. Mail was pretty fast. It moved pretty fast. I don't know how, but the only person I was in touch with was my mother.
What moved fast?
The mail.
Oh, okay.
The mail.
And make sure you got your mail.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's really important. What was the food like?
I didn't complain because, I get a hot meal, might be sometime once a week, once every 2 weeks, I'll get a hot meal, But where due to this, I didn't complain at all. All I wanted to do was survive.
What was the food like? How did you,
sea ration.
Sea ration.
That's 90% of what I ate was sea ration.
So when you got a hot meal, what did it consist of?
Depending on what it would be for that day. Did it good? Could be rice and pork chops, beans. A real good menu, sir.
With all the fixings, huh?
Yes, with all the trimmings, everything.
Did you have plenty of supplies?
Well, I had what I needed. As far all I had was I was with my radio. I was three. It's a team. Mm-hmm. I was the sergeant. I had a PFC that carried a radio, and a lieutenant that is my superior.
Okay. Did you feel pressure or stress?
At the time, no. I didn't know what that meant at that time. Yeah.
Well, what about when you were calling those as an observer? You call strikes, right?
Yeah.
Well, was that stressful or pressuring?
No, because I was trained, and it came kind of easy for me to adjust the rounds and call ready for
So what was your general feeling? I mean, you said 7 or 8 people died in that during that one event. How many of those events did you take part in?
It was just that one.
Okay.
Just that one. Right. Aside from the day before we broke camp to go into Cambodia, that was the first real incident.
So besides being an observer, what other things did you do?
In Vietnam? Oh,
right. Yeah.
In Vietnam, that's when I was a forward observer.
Okay. All right.
That was my primarily my.
How many years did you serve?
3.
What year did you go in?
1967.
And you got out in 70?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long were you in Vietnam?
1.
So the other 2 years, where were you?
Korea and the U.S.
Where in the U.S.?
I was in Fort Bragg for
Carolina.
basic. Then I went to Fort Bragg for basic training.
Uh-huh.
Then I went to Fort Lee, Virginia for AIT, Quartermaster School, for stock control and accounting. And from there I went to Korea. Well, you're saying about the States. When I came out from Korea, I was stationed in Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, before I went to Nam.
Okay.
I was an instructor, POR instructor, permanent overseas release.
Uh-huh.
For the guys that were going to Vietnam, I was an instructor giving them class in what to expect in Nam, even though I'd not been there yet.
Right. Okay, so how long were you an instructor in New Jersey, right?
Okay, I came back from Korea when I came out from Korea, in like June.
Well, let's save that. After Vietnam, you went to Korea?
No, Vietnam, I was out.
After Vietnam?
I was out.
Okay, so...
After Korea.
Okay, so we're going backwards. Because of the way I guess the questions are here. So... You went to Korea before you went to Vietnam.
Correct.
How long were you stationed in Korea?
13 months.
And what did you do there?
I was UP unit police.
Oh, okay. All right. And what was that like?
Pretty good. It was great. I worked at the gate. I was a police that worked with a civilian at the gate. Uh-huh. And, we depending on how many guys we had, I was in charge. We made our shift. We did the scheduling. Right.
So I got you. Okay.
We did our own scheduling, and we had our own barracks. As long as we kept it clean, they didn't bother us.
Were you stationed near Seoul?
Yes.
How far?
I was less than an hour outside. I was north of Seoul.
So did you go to the city a lot?
No, I've only been to Seoul about twice.
Okay.
About twice that I've been to Seoul.
So what did you do in your spare time? And what did you do when you went to the city?
Oh, we go party. Party, that's all we did.
Get some R&R?
Well, daily R&R. I never. The only time I went on R&R, I got my citizenship.
Okay.
I went to Hawaii, my R&R, and I got my American citizenship there.
Okay. Did you stay at the base there?
I stayed at what you call it? Not the YMCA. One of those unit. The unit
Okay.
you have on the base. I forget what they call it. But I did stay.
Gotcha.
Stay there.
Okay, so did you interact with the Koreans, the people?
Oh yeah, Koreans. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I even got married over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I even got married in Korea.
Uh-huh.
But I came back without my wife. I came back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you married now?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
married now. Mm-hmm.
And do you have children from the first marriage, or?
Not with Korea, no.
Okay.
I have from my first marriage in the States. Yes.
How many kids do you have?
7.
And how old are they?
Let's see, from 1964 is the first one, born in 1964. So that would be 46.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one was born in 1992.
Okay.
So like 18,
Gotcha.
18 years.
Okay. And they're all thriving, I hope?
Yes, the last
Good.
one, she's in in college upstate now.
Okay.
I see
Excellent.
that.
Excellent. So, after the Carolinas, you went to New Jersey?
After
After Fort Bragg?
I went to Fort Lee, Virginia.
Fort,
School, AIT school.
oh, that was for training to be an
For-
observer?
No, that was to be a quartermaster school, like supply.
And then what did you do? How long were you there?
Was there for about 3 months.
Mm-hmm. Did you like it?
Yeah, the school, yeah.
So where'd you go after that?
Korea.
You went to Korea after that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so after Korea, then you went to New Jersey?
Yeah.
And how long were you in New Jersey?
I was in there from like July until December of '69. From
July 69 and
December '69.
gotcha. So about 6 months or so.
Yeah.
All right, and what was that for again?
POR training. I was instructor in the headquarters brigade, instructing the guys that go into Vietnam. We qualify them with the M16 and give them, what to expect when they get over to Vietnam.
Got it. Okay, was there something special you did for good luck during those engagements?
Not really, no.
Pray a lot. Huh? Deal directly with God, I take it.
Yeah.
Okay. How did people entertain themselves?
Guys.
Wherever you were at.
Guys go out and party. Guys drink. While we were in Nam, you get a chance to drink. You drink and stuff. That was my only vice, drinking.
Got you.
What
What did you do when you were on leave? When you came home, did you come home? What did you do?
Come home with the whole time that I was in the service, and I came home and leave. The first leave I spent with my cousins and the friends that I came to the States with, because we were all in New York.
Right.
So we first leave was around Christmas, and we tried to spend as much time as we could together. And then my next leave was before I went to Nam. No, the next leave, because I didn't get any leave to go to Korea.
Mm-hmm.
It went from things straight. So the next leave before I went to Nam, and with my family and sisters and them, and be as much with them because of going to Nam, you didn't know if he was coming back.
Right.
So
Because of that noise, I'm going to move up a little bit. Here, I got you. Okay.
Right. So, and then the next day was while I was there, and they sent me to Hawaii to get my citizenship.
Okay. So yeah. Besides the places you told me, how long were you in Hawaii?
1 week.
And how did you like? Where? Which? The Big Island?
Honolulu, yeah.
Okay.
Honolulu.
Honolulu.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How did you like that?
Great, because I got my citizenship from Jack Lord.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guy, a Y50.
Oh, really? Huh. Well, how did that happen?
It was his anniversary. They were celebrating, commemorating some anniversary there, and that happened to be the time that I was going to get my citizenship. So they had a ceremony, and he was MC.
Really?
A massive ceremony.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. We got to meet him in person.
So, besides, you know, New Jersey and Virginia and the Carolinas, we got Korea, we got Vietnam, we got Hawaii. Did you travel anywhere else while you were in the service?
No, just the stops. Alaska twice. Going to Korea and going to Nam.
Right. Did you didn't spend any time in Alaska?
No.
Just stopping over. Gotcha.
Just stopping over.
Okay. Do you recall any particularly humorous or unusual event?
Humorous? I can't even recall.
Nothing funny, huh? Okay. Well, I'll have to let you out of that one, huh?
Yeah.
Did you have a photograph there that you wanted me to get a copy of, or?
Yeah, that's the only photograph I can come up with.
You want to hold that up and I can put it right on here. Just, yeah, hold it right there, and let's get a close up of that. And is that was that your Korean wife?
No. This is Vietnam.
Oh, Vietnam.
This is Vietnam.
Ah, okay. All right. And what was her name?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember? Okay. All right. Okay. That serves that purpose. Here's a photo.
Yeah.
All right. And let's see. What's next? Right. I asked you who were the people in the photographs. All right. What did you think of officers or fellow soldiers?
If they treated me, the way I would have treated, that was fine. If they treated me fine, I didn't have any problem with them.
It was like do unto others as you would have others do unto you.
Correct.
Okay, that's the end of those questions. I'm just going to cover a couple of things. What you said you went into service in 1967?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did you go to school? Where were you born?
In Panama.
In Panama.
In the Canal Zone.
What year did you come to this country?
In 1967.
And you went straight to New York?
I came into New York.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You flew into New York, and then where did you go to live?
In Delaware.
Okay. And how old were you then?
Okay, I came in August 67, would have made me 21.
Did you go to school or work or what?
Well, I graduated from high school in 64.
In Panama?
Right. Then I went to a trade school.
Where, in Panama?
In Panama.
For what?
Air conditioning and refrigeration.
Okay.
I graduated in February of 67. Then I started working in the canal, in the Panama Canal.
Right.
I was working on the tugboats that steers the ships into the locks.
Right.
Right. And they were going to terminate. They was going to have a layoff. And my mother was sent. My oldest brother was already here in the Air Force.
Right.
But my brother before me, my mother was just getting ready to send him on an excursion to the States. And when we found out I was going to get laid off, she included me in the sending me to the States for the excursion.
Right.
But during that time it was the draft. And my brother told us if we come up, he could probably get us signed up for the draft. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as we came, my brother picked us up, took us to Delaware, signed us up for the draft, and less than a month, they called us.
Good, okay.
Into the service.
All right, so were you working before you went into service?
I was working in Panama.
In Panama.
Right.
But when you came here,
I got a job. I got a job in a factory. I got a job in Delaware in a factory.
doing what?
Doing assembling office furnitures.
Oh, okay. All right. How long did you do that?
Oh, about a month.
Okay.
About a month.
And then it was all over, and you went into service.
No, we went in service in November. I left and went to, the excursion was for a fight. We came up for a fight.
For a fight?
Yeah, a boxing match, a lightweight championship match.
Where was that at?
In Madison, in Shea Stadium.
Oh, okay. Who fought?
Carlos Ortiz and Ismael Laguna.
Oh, okay. Who won?
Carlos Ortiz.
Okay. All right. Let's move past the service. Coming up on your separation. Where did you separate from?
Oakland.
In California.
Oakland, California.
Was that an Army?
Base, yeah.
You were in the Army, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. So, what were your plans coming up on separation? What did you start thinking about? What were you going to do?
Well, I figured I was going to lay low for about 6 months, get back acclimated to civilian life.
Right, yeah.
I figured that's what I was going to do. That was what my mind telling me that I was going to do.
But
it didn't last more than 30 days.
So, okay, you're in California. Did you stay there, or what did you do?
I stayed there for about 3 days.
Okay.
3 days. Stayed in California about 3 days.
And then what? What was the succession?
Then from there I came to New York. My cousin, that's where I was residing.
Where in New York?
Brooklyn.
Okay.
My cousin, I was staying with my cousin. I had a cousin there that after the fight, I was supposed to go back to Delaware, but my brother never did went back.
Okay.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. I be honest with you, I bet all my money on the fight and I lost it. So I came back and told my cousin, he said, don't worry about it. And that was the Friday of the week. And by Monday, he got me a job in Manhattan.
Doing what?
In a factory, in laundry, consolidated laundry, washing the sheets and stuff from hospitals. And
that was 1970?
This was 67 still. This is before I went in.
This is before you went
in. This is before I went in.
I thought we were on the back end. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. No, this was before I went in.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So coming out of the service in Oakland, you said you were there for 3 days.
Yeah.
So then you went back to New York, to Brooklyn.
Yes.
All right. And so what'd you do?
About 30 days I stayed signing up for unemployment and all that stuff, and putting in for applying for jobs, and I applied at UPS. Took post office tests and all that stuff,
right.
And United Parcel, and so I got called by United Parcel. So I worked until Christmas, and they hire a lot of people until some stay. They didn't keep me.
Okay.
So I took a test for the telephone company in like February, and passed the test, and the following week, they called me.
Okay.
And that's been it until I retired in 2001.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. And so presently you reside in West Palm Beach?
Yes.
Okay. And wife and...
Right, my wife and kids.
Any
and my
children still living home?
Yes.
And you said your mother?
My mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law. Okay. All right. Well, is there anything else that you would like to add? Nothing I can really think of. Okay. Well, I want to thank you for your time. It was a very enjoyable experience. It was very interesting listening to you. And I got a little nervous with you when we were out in the field there, doing that observation, but we got through it.
Yeah. Okay.
I missed the last page of questions. All right, we recall the days the service ended. When you got out of the service, where were you? Prior to getting out to California?
Vietnam.
Okay. And you told me about what you did days and weeks afterwards. We did that. All right. You went to work. Did you go back to school?
No, to further my education, no.
Okay. All right. So you didn't use the GI Bill for that.
No.
Okay. Eventually, did you ever?
Yes, I've used the GI Bill to go back to regular school.
You have.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you make any close friendships while you were in the service?
No.
Okay. All right. You did join a veterans organization.
Yes.
And which one?
The Vietnam Veteran of America was the first one that I joined.
Right.
The second one I joined was Disabled American Veteran.
Okay.
The third one I joined was the American Legion.
Okay.
So those three organizations.
Are you still with all three of them?
All three of them.
Okay.
Right.
We got the career after the war was with the telephone company in New York.
Right.
How many years?
31 years.
Uh-huh. Did your military experience influence your thinking about war or about the military in general?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Since you're in a veterans organization, what kinds of activities does your post or association have?
Well, again, my Vietnam Veteran organization, our slogan is never again will one generation of veteran abandon another. And that is based on what happened to us when we came back. Okay. I guess everybody knows the story about that. So we making sure it does not ever happen to other veterans.
Right. Okay. Do you attend reunions?
Yes.
Okay. Which ones? All three? For all three?
You mean the veteran reunions?
Yes.
I did the AV reunion about, I think, July this year. But I will normally do I've never done the American Legion one yet.
Okay. How did your service and experiences affect your life?
Pretty much that's what's actually molded my life, my service experience.
So would you say it was positive?
Yes.
Or negative? Okay, positive experience?
Yes.
Okay. And now we've finished. So I want to thank you very much for sharing your recollections. And we took care of all the paperwork, and we're back down to